Thank you, Marisol. We're talking about sideline sports rage now. Out-of-control arguments, violent incidents involving fans at ball games. It's making the news again, and we're not talking about professional sporting events. It's happening in the bleachers at Little League and Pee Wee League games, witnessed by the children sometimes of the fighters themselves. And sometimes that rage is even directed at the kids themselves.
It is supposed to be a slice of innocent Americana. Each summer, kids flock to parks just for the chance to play.
Anthony, you gotta get that ball in open space, Anthony.
But for many parents, playing is not nearly as important as winning.
Jerry, you gonna run without me run?
And there is no such thing as a good loser. It is a disturbing trend at kids' sporting events nationwide. Parents attacking referees, yelling at young players, even threatening their own children.
I'm going to get you tonight because you let me down, brother.
No, I'm not.
You did.
Some people perceive sport as the be-all and end-all of one's youth. And when you get into that situation, you're headed to the excess zone.
Come on, Jake, you're a hitter!
The moms and dads of New Bedford, Massachusetts never worried that this sort of sideline rage would corrupt their Little League.
It's like a little clique thing. It's like a little family, baseball family, that everybody gets along.
And yet, just last month, two mothers got into a fist fight in the stands as their children looked on.
All I could see was somebody came running across the field.
At that point, that lady's son jumped the playing field fence and also helped his mother attack the lady.
Then, just a week later, parents angered by a loss followed and threatened umpires after the game.
We've been told you should have escorts when you leave the game to go to your car. Don't be seen. I hope you're not down a dark alley sometime or a dark road.
Coaches are also at risk of this parental wrath. This summer in Connecticut, an angry father clubbed his daughter's softball coach with an aluminum bat, while in Texas, a high school football coach was shot in the head by an irate parent.
Takes his head and slams it into the floor.
But perhaps the most high-profile incident came after a pickup hockey game in 2000, when Thomas Junta beat another father to death in front of their children. He is now serving a 6-year prison sentence. Back in New Bedford, officials decided to suspend the season for 1 week, scheduling mandatory meetings with players and their parents, hoping to prevent more tension and more violence.
Parents need to control their tempers, first of all, because they're not the ones on the field. It's these children that are playing, and that's what they need to think about. It's not about them anymore.
Joining us now, Dr. Greg Dale, a sports psychologist from Duke University, author of the book Fulfilling Ride, The Parent's Guide to Helping Athletes Have a Successful Sport Experience, and he lectures extensively on this topic around the country. Good morning, Doctor.
Morning.
Thanks for being here. What is the mindset of these offending parents?
Yeah, parents are much more involved in their kids' lives than they've ever been before. They spend a lot of time and money, and I'm a parent as well, and can certainly begin to be guilty of that as well. But we spend so much time and money trying to help our kids be successful, many times to the point we don't even have a life of our own outside of that. And when that's not going well, people begin to act much differently than they normally would.
And not only living vicariously, maybe the unrealistic hope that they may be raising the next LeBron James.
Right. Yes. The investment that they're hoping to get a return on is that great contract or a college scholarship. And it's clearly, the odds are very, very much against that.
And they see maybe failure on the field as a reflection on them as well. Absolutely. Let's talk about tips. You've got some great practical information on how to stop this before it starts. And the first is stop it before it starts.
Yeah, leagues and parents have to be proactive in what they do. And one thing we can do is assign parent ambassadors, people that are designated to squelch potentially violent situations, and everyone should know who those people are and know that they're going to interact with you if something actually happens when you misbehave.
And you also had a tip in like a parental advisory committee, yes, where they sign a sportsmanship pledge, like the kids have to do in many cases.
Unfortunately, we're at that point now where people should be required to sign a parental code of ethics saying, you know what, I agree to behave this way. It doesn't mean they're going to do that, but at least they've designated that they will actually try to do that.
And remove yourself from the situation. Don't engage in a parent who's losing their mind.
The worst thing you can do, if you're a parent and someone's talking bad about your son or daughter or yelling at the officials or something like that, the worst thing you can do is actually intervene with those people. You need to remove yourself from that situation, be above the fray, so to speak, and just allow that to take care of itself and go find somebody else who can take care of that.
And explain the lollipop tip. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, what parents have done in different youth sports around the country is give all the parents a lollipop. And when you show up that lollipop in your mouth to scream a little bit or you're getting out of control. And if you get a second lollipop, it's a pretty good indication you need to settle down.
Need to cool off. And finally, it's just all about the kids. That's
it really
bottom
is.
line.
Sports can teach great life lessons. We just need to remove our ego. We need to check it at the gate. Remember that it is about the kids and not about us.